Hi guys, in the last video I covered the logical sequence from the self to your mind, senses, and attaching yourself to various objects in the universe, and what that could lead to if you have an unhealthy level of attachment to various objects. So in this video I want to go back to step number one, which is the self, and what is meant by the self. When I say the self, and when the Bhagavad Gita says this is the self, what does it really mean? And this is sort of the self described in the Bhagavad Gita is similar to the self talked about by Jung and in various other circles and disciplines. But I don't know if it all started with this definition in the Bhagavad Gita, but in any case, let's jump into it. So what is the self? The self, you are the self, right? Your true nature, the substrate of your existence is what is referred to as the self. And what does that mean? It really means, so it exists in you. You might not readily realize it, but it is your true existence. And what does that mean? That means that God, the self is God, but it's not the way we typically think about God, right? It's the fundamental existence of the entire universe, of everything, of all that exists. So it exists in human beings, it exists in dogs and cats and cows and plants, single-celled organisms and fish, and every form of life. And that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist in non-living things, but it is readily apparent it exists in all things, right? And even very visible in living things, right? So that is the self, and it is the divine source of everything. And what are the qualities of the self? How do you identify the self? The qualities of the self are, and this is per Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, right? This is the qualities of the self. It's infinite, it's changeless, it's eternal, it's indestructible, it's indivisible, it is immeasurable, it is unperishable, it is unsullied by attachment and sin. That's sort of the process I described in the last video. And unborn, right? So basically it says that your true self, you are all God, right? And your true self is these things. And the process of discovering the self and self-realization is really identifying and understanding your true nature. So I hope this helps you, and I will see you again in another video.